Hi there, Victoria Violet here. So, first things first, we're going to be doing a collective reading for Libra with the Cartomancy deck. But I've been wanting to talk to you guys about my Tasa. So, this is for fortune telling, Avi, okay? And I haven't used it yet. I purchased it, believe it or not, I purchased it in New Hampshire at a thrift store. Told you guys I love thrift stores, and I couldn't believe it even came with the booklet. I've never done a tea leaf reading. I normally do coffee readings. So let's see how it goes. And I was gonna save it because, well, I was going to do it when the fall started, but I can't wait to use it. Oh, which brings me to another point that I keep forgetting to mention. For those out there that already drink coffee or know that you're definitely not allergic to coffee, if you have problems with your skin, I used to be an esthetician licensed. All I need to do is take the test again and voila, I'm an esthetician again because I've had the schooling. If you use, and you can use a drip as well, I just prefer not to. I've been using a French coffee maker, the French press, for 30 years now. No, more than that. Gosh, the first time I lived in Germany, I was 19. The second time I lived in Germany, I was 23. So I've been using a French press forever. Nonetheless, for me, like I always tell you guys, I need a gigantimous studio just for me. Table's too small. But the point I'm trying to make is whether you use the ground coffee, which I prefer the French press, don't throw it away. It is the best body scrub you'll want to get. Forget about all these products that say it has coffee in them, blah, blah, blah. No, why do all of that? You're already going to drink coffee. And then when you take a bath, just take the French press in there with you. Or if you want it to get fancy and dump it out into something, then do it. I can even recommend if you keep an old container or even a Tupperware type of container that has the screw top on it, and you put those grinds in there, you don't even have to worry about every single time that you make coffee that you're going to be using this on your skin. You can literally just keep it in there, and then the freshness even that's going to have from being refrigerated is going to even promote even more of a blessing and treatment to your skin, because the coolness constricts the pores. So after you're cleaning it, normally you have to wait or put on some kind of antiseptic, right, in order for it to tone it down, right? No pun intended, use a toner. But in this, you won't have to if you keep it refrigerated. It's a 2-for-1. I love twofers. So all you have to do, believe it or not, because it's already emulsified, you just spread it on your skin. Like, I love to use it on my hands and on my feet. In between pedicures, it's awesome for keeping the soles of your feet and keeping your hands, soft and supple. So this is for men, women, it doesn't matter. If you like skincare, this is your to go. I've been wanting to tell you guys that. My ear always itches when I'm talking to you guys. I've been wanting to tell you to do that forever, and I keep forgetting. Every time I throw away the grinds in the morning, I'm like, I need to talk to them about that, and I keep forgetting. But anyway, that's a fast tip for you. It's pretty much free or little to no, because, if you're like me, I always try to find something different to do with what I'm using, like if it's plastic or if it's plastic bags or whatever. Recycling, right? Well, you can't recycle per se coffee grinds, but some plants like your coffee grinds. Your skin definitely likes your coffee grinds, okay? And I would always use it on my face as well. Now, here's the caveat. You cannot use it, or you have to be careful if you use it in a white bathtub, in a white shower, because it may stain, your porcelain a little bit. So take care with that. If you have a sprayer bottle, cleansing your shower or bathtub right after would probably be great. But oh, it's awesome. You got to try it. And then, of course, it's so invigorating because you can smell the coffee and all. And believe it or not, that coffee smell doesn't stay on you. Just thought I'd mention it for those out there that love skincare. I love skincare. And I cannot wait till God blesses me with my mini spa that I have been wanting to open for 2 years now. But, when it's the right time, it'll come. So, back to the reading at hand. And thank you for letting me yap. So 2 great things, right? The coffee and the tea readings that we're going to be doing here and there. But I probably will have to let it cool down or something because it's 100-degree plus weather where I am. So obviously I wouldn't be able to drink hot coffee or hot tea. And suffice to say, I'm waiting for my straw to thaw out. Because girl here doesn't know how to stick things in the freezer. I stuck it in there with the straw because it's called being lazy. And so I'm waiting for my straw to thaw so I can take a sip out of my water. But it's very hot. So let's see what happens with the tea readings, okay? May end up having to be coffee readings for all we know. But we will have a reading with the cup. All right, so back to the reading. And thank you again for your patience. So this is for the Libra Collective. Cartomancy are playing cards, okay? Form of reading with playing cards. So the first thing that you got was the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Hearts, okay? So it doesn't necessarily mean that this is in love. I always have to take into consideration the other cards that fall with it. So in this instance, I'm going to bank on the fact that I don't believe that this is a love reading, okay? And if you're like me, I love love. I'm a Libra, but gosh darn, I want to know about my finances too. So here we go. You have a new beginning and you're going to have a proposal, but it's not in love. This proposal that's coming to you is either a job offering, career change, a relocation for career, something to do with that. Okay, something along that line. But for sure, it is something new, something that even if you maybe were broached, on the subject towards before, it just never was really concrete and it never really had a lot of weight behind it. But now it does. Now it does. Okay? Here's where it gets iffy with all of us. All of us. I think that the only people this doesn't really affect as much are people that are so used to career changes. If you're like me, that you've had a lot of jobs, and don't get me wrong, just because you've had a lot of jobs doesn't make you a bad employer or a bad person or someone that jumps. But I'm going to say something, and people are going to hate me out there, especially psychologists listening to this. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just going to say the truth, because one thing about me is I always tell you the truth. I don't even sugarcoat it. And that's because of my life experience. Now, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you what has worked for me. So for me, there's been many a time when I'm at a company for a year or two and it's time to jet. This last time was Job Corps. I loved it. I got Employee of the Month. The first month I was there, I got Trade of the Month twice over, and I had never ever worked as an instructor for medical assisting. I graduated 14 students in 4 months, and they all passed their state exam. That's a certification that's the same for nurses as licensing. Okay? But, I'm a tangled mess here. But, let me see if I can drink some water. I just came back from being outside. So my apartment's not cool yet. And because it's not cool yet, it's dry in here and I'm perspiring. That's not allowing me to speak right. My tongue is getting stuck to the roof of my mouth. So I made an executive decision and had to leave that position. And I would always tell my students, don't necessarily, listen to what I'm saying, don't necessarily be loyal to companies. Why do I say that, guys? And I'm talking to people in career right now. Because you have to stop and think about it. Now, if it's a career where you have a job, I'm going to put this down for right now. If you have a job that's been not only a career, but those people treat you like family and the pay is good and you're not being micromanaged, stay there 20 years, 30 years and retire. Especially if they got great benefits. I'm not talking about those jobs. I'm talking about like, for example, this was on me. My job didn't start till 8 in the morning. I went in at 6:30 a.m. I didn't leave till 6:30 p.m. My job ended at 5. I loved Job Corps, but it didn't love me back. So I had to make an executive decision to leave. So after I graduated, the 14 solid students ended up in the work market, the job market, as medical assistants. I said to myself, it's time to jet. Okay? You got to do what you got to do for you, for your family, for your circumstances, whether you have kids, you don't have kids, whether you're a solo dolo or you have a fur baby or you just have imaginary friends. Whatever. You got to do what's good for you. So yeah, instead of bar hopping, sometimes I do hop. Why? Because if you don't have enough money to pay me, but you want to work me to the bone, it's not a good job. It's not a good fit. My finances were dipping in New Hampshire. Big time. Big time. Did I say big? Big time. My credit score dipped. Big time. So again, you can't always be loyal to a company. You just can't. In that instance, and let me go one step further if you have just a little bit more patience with me. I have 2 certifications that are active. I have an associate's degree. I have a year away from having a bachelor's degree. And you want to pay me what? And you want to make me do what? And you don't want to hire for what? And you pay people that are doing the same job what? But you don't want to pay me. Interesting is all I can say. And then you just skedaddle. You jet if you're smart. Now, I know there's people out there, and I'm finding myself in the same position right now, where you need your job. So please, please, please don't say, I watched Victoria and she said I had to leave my job. No. Never do that. Always have a safety net of another position before you leave, if you really want to leave. Now, if they're cursing you out and treating you, like a redhead stepchild, that's on you whether you want to jet or not at that moment. But always have a safety plan. Why I bring all that conversation up is because it's telling me for you to take this chance, in order for you to take this opportunity that's going to be presented to you, you must allow something to die first. So if you have 2 jobs and both jobs are from 8 to 5, how are you going to work 2 jobs, right? How are you going to do that? You can't. That's just an example. But I'm telling you, in order for something to start, and it's a positive one, you're going to have to leave something behind. So if they offer you something better, if they offer you a package that's better, if they offer you better benefits, if they offer you more salary, if they offer you $3 more in pay, whatever it is, whatever it is, for sure it's money. And you get the infinity symbol. So it's good. It's a good opportunity that's coming your way. It's a very good opportunity financially. It's coming your way. I didn't turn over any cards yet. And the reason is because those wanted to talk so badly, they flipped out as I was shuffling. Let's see what else is coming. Universe, we want to know. Have strength. Again, being of 2 minds. Don't do things in anger, though. Don't leave in anger. Don't leave in anger. Be strong. Don't leave in anger. have a strategy. You have to have a strategy. In this job that you currently hold, for those that are employed, you might have people that micromanage you a lot. You might have people that are always on your tail, that are always, watching over you to make sure you're doing the right thing at the right time all the time when you already know your job. That's cumbersome. So I can see why you've been waiting to leave and why it's important for you to take this change seriously. So you already got 2 10s here. One is a happy one and one is a not so happy one. But that's because the death is necessary. The severance, the change is necessary in order for you to gain. And what you gain is this. Okay? So that's what you gain. But it's going to cost. And by cost, I mean an emotional. It looks like you're not, by the swords and then the wands that came out, for me, this is you having a, I don't know moment. I don't know. Something else is going to come in, but that's related to love. I'll leave it to the side. How do I say this? This I don't know is almost like, and it's funny that this should come out. That's totally different than the topic at hand, which is money. The I don't know is a lot like, and again, I can only give advice by what I see in the cards. Your life is your life and you do what you do. But the I don't know, the way it's coming out, it's reminding me, even though this is a great opportunity, this is a great change, this is a great opening, right? What I mean is the doors have been closed, the gates have been locked. All of a sudden there's an opening. And I don't know. Look at all the negative. Oh my. It's reminding me of someone who has a marriage, and I'm going to say it. Don't shoot the messenger. I often grab whatever type of words or adjective descriptives that spirit gives, and on this one they're using a bad marriage for an example. The people that stay in an expired marriage, I'm going to say that again. There are certain people that stay in an expired marriage. Oh, because we're not supposed to get divorced. Oh, because the great unknown that's out there. It's too scary for me. I don't want to do that. So I'll stay in the bad marriage. Because I don't know. It may not work otherwise. Don't know. So for me, and I'm sorry, but that's the description they're giving me. So for all you know, this new upcoming solid offer, financial, career change, job, move is the best thing for you. And financially, look at that. It's telling me you're going to be happier on both accounts. Being happy in this new beginning. And then promise of money. They're saying, though, that's the first card that came out was, I gotta have some fortitude. I gotta be strong to make this change. Even when something's good for you, vitamins, vegetables, exercise, water, sunscreen, like I talked about in another video. Even when things are good for us, change is scary. So change can leave you trapped. Change can leave you in limbo. Change that for you perceive it as scary. Instead of taking the opportunity, you can remain in limbo. So the opportunity comes and goes, and you stay in limbo. And then you kick yourself and go, it's probably 3 months later. Oh man, I should have taken that. Why didn't I take that? Why didn't I do it? My point exactly. Why didn't you do it? Because I didn't have any fortitude. I didn't have any fortitude. I had no cojones. Gotta have a good, strong solar plex energy within you in order to execute decisions. I'm telling you, for those that did watch my ATV adventure, I know it's 2 hours long. You were not there. I was, and it was scary at times, but then it turned into fun. So my point is, I never even thought I was going to get on an ATV. And then when I did, it scared the shit out of me in the beginning. Then after that, when I started relaxing into it and I started learning how to maneuver the roads and how to use the machine, I was happy and giggling and laughing and having a great time. That's what I'm talking about. Change is scary. But once you do it and you're like, this is not so bad. This actually feels a little good. This is called personal growth. Personal growth. You need to try something new in order to know whether you like it or not, and keeping it fresh. Keeping it fresh. Learn and grow professionally and personally. Learn and grow. You have to keep it fresh. If you started working like I did at the age of 15, and I've been working for 45 years, you don't think I have to keep it fresh in the workplace? Yeah. Yeah. When I first learned how to do readings with cards, because mine was all innate, I tell you in one of the videos that I gave my gift back. So you can't truly give your gift back, but you can rescind it to the point where it doesn't function as it used to. So when I started learning to do these types of readings, instead of just verbalizing everything to people, which is what I used to do when I was all the way through the age of 15, I didn't start reading cards until I was 30. So, do you not think it was scary for me to go and open my own metaphysical shop in Botanica, in Spanish, it's called a Botanica, and start selling my crystals and start selling my cards and start selling my readings and start selling my Reiki services and start selling my Metatronic, practitioner services and start, advising people mediumship wise from their loved ones that were dearly departed. You don't think any of that was scary for me? Of course it was. Of course it was. But I did it anyway. And I wouldn't be sitting here before you and have you beautiful people viewing me if I had never taken the chance on myself. That's the whole point. Having fortitude, that doesn't mean that it's easy. That doesn't mean you stop being nervous or scared. That means that it scares the shit out of you and you do it anyway. Again, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but again, there's love coming in too. But right now, the main reading is talking about change. So if I want to combine the two, if you can't even find a way to make the changes on a scale that's career, because you're of two minds and it's too damn scary, how are you going to choose the right person or allow the right person in? Food for thought. Anyway, I hope this helps somebody. This is in reference to finances mostly, but you got 2 8s. You got the financial 8, which is the 8 of coins, and then you got the 8 of cups. So those are infinity. That means you have security in 2 areas of your life, but you first got to decide to take the leap. Jump off the cliff. Oh, I've been watching a bunch of cliff divers, but they're not actual cliff divers. They're bungee people that get on, I don't know, a cliff or whatever it is, the edge of a bridge, and do a bungee jump. Oh my God, I'd love to do it, but I swear to God, and I know we shouldn't swear to God, but probably I would have a heart attack, and then by the time I got to the bottom, I'd revive myself. But the initial shock would probably be like, what did I just do? It's me. I still have, even though I've got bad knees due to all the running I did in the military, literally my biggest bucket list that I still currently own, and what is it? I place an ownership on it, a stamp of ownership on it, is I want to jump out of a helicopter, an airplane, with a parachute, obviously. My fear is even though I'm deathly afraid of heights. Deathly afraid of heights. So I'll probably have to wear some Depends. I'll probably have to wear knee pads. I don't care. The point is, why are you always going to put your bucket list? Oh, I'm just going to put my stuff in here. This is what I'd like to do. But you never do anything. The whole purpose of Earth is to experience, to have experiences. So if we're just sitting here always playing it safe, well, sorry, but that makes for a very dull experience in life and existence. Again, but you don't have to take my word for it. Watch my ATV experience. Watch my going to the Stanley Hotel experience. Just look at the fact that in 3 years I've lived in 2 places. I moved to Colorado. Look what I did in Colorado with Kovacic, Colorado. Look what I did over there in New Hampshire and in Massachusetts in 3 years. I don't regret that because I have a colorful life and existence. And if I would be so scared, especially being a female, I wouldn't go anywhere. I wouldn't do anything. And people don't know this about me, but I do clinically suffer from social anxiety. So can you imagine me doing all of that? That's because I push myself, not because it comes natural to me. I push myself. I have had to train myself for my brain to be wired differently than the way it wants to come. The way it wants to come is, don't do it. Stay away, danger. Stranger danger. Don't do it. Sit at home. Y'all don't even know. A lot of times I can't even go to a restaurant to sit down and eat. My introvertedness and my social anxiety, I'll go through the frickin' to-go before I'll go sit in a damn restaurant and eat. I rob myself of doing those things because I literally do have a clinical diagnosis of social anxiety. The first time that I buffered or tried to buck against it was me getting on social media. I was on Facebook for 2 years doing free readings. That's how I stopped being so nervous. It helped a little bit to take speech in college, but my legs were shaky and gummy and I was shaking behind the podium, but I wanted my grade. I wanted my associate, so I had to give a speech on farmers in India and suicides. Yeah. You do what you have to do. You get through it because you have no choice. So just think about it that way. Because let me tell you, once you do it, you end up looking at yourself differently and going, why was I so scared again? Why was I so scared again? At 30, I went into the military. At 30, I learned to dance flamenco. And I have the pictures to show it. And the girls would be like, oh, wow, you dance like we do. Meaning they thought I was older than them because they were 18, 19, 20, 23, 25. I should be an old hag and shouldn't be able to move like them. You can do whatever you want to do that you set your mind to. Okay? These fell out, so here we go again. Gosh darn, Crossroads comes out again, but this time when it comes to money, nothing is set in stone. Not yet. Why? Because we've got to end something. We got to end something. Oh, pardon me. The water kind of talked for me there. This termination divorce doesn't have to do with finances. This is a whole different read, guys. Gosh darn, you got a twofer again. You get the Nine of Cups, you got the Seven of Cups, and you get the Knight of Cups. So you will have a proposal. You will have an offering where love is concerned and someone is thinking about you. Daydreaming about you. This person thinks about you more than you know. Or more than you even would imagine. So, choice is yours. But it looks like there's got to be a severance. There's got to be a termination of something before this relationship can truly take off. And that's probably why there's the crossroads right there. Either you or them have to release something in order to get this going and off the ground. I hope you like this reading and I hope this helps someone. Obviously, not everybody's going through this type of relationship issue. And of course, not everybody is going through a career issue. But for those whose career has gotten stale or are thinking of jetting or thinking of, maybe cross-training or getting other certifications or going back to school, hey, it's a go. The only thing stopping you is you. And on the relationship front, if you are in a little triangle, because it looks like there's a triangle there, or there's somebody who's got loose ends, maybe he had or she had a boyfriend, girlfriend, or maybe he had or she had a marriage or a live-in, whatever that is, that needs to come to an end. But it looks like somebody hasn't decided that yet, and that can't move forward until that is decided. But somebody is having hurt feelings and is feeling left out of your life. That one just popped out as I was shuffling to put them away. Even when you love somebody extremely, you have no choice but to let them make up their own mind. I don't know, sometimes it feels like people like to stay stagnant. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Put that to the side. I'm going to show you something. If this was a life, right, from 0 to 100, and if you're at least 50, half your life is gone. You may not even get to 100. So let's say you get to 90. That's really cool. Let's say you get to 80. That's a short distance. Why are you fucking wasting your time? Why are you wasting your precious time? If it's a career move, if it's school, if it's a house move, if it's a relationship that makes you feel out of this world, why are you wasting? This is gone, because this is a what if. The 90 up to the year 100, that's a what if God gives you that. But this is a guarantee into your 80s. Why are you wasting your time when you could be happy, settled, excited about life every day? Wake up with a great partner. Wake up with a meeting of the minds. Sure, you have some days that you're not going to always agree with the other person, but the majority of the time you're with your partner that you love, and it is your buddy, it is your best friend. Why are you wasting time? You're wasting time like it's gonna go on and on and on, and it's not. It's finite. Anyway, that's somebody out there needed to hear that. I'll get off my soapbox. But if you really want to be with somebody, you better decide to end whatever it is over there. Because you know what? Libras are not going to wait forever. And cross watchers, if it's you that's waiting, Libra, shame on you. That's not having a balanced life. You need to learn that you can't play with people's lives, and you can't expect people to wait forever. New beginning is dawning. Love you guys. Victoria Violet. Toodles.